Good morning everyone, it's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the new free-to-play Isis. So she is not 100% done yet. I need like 50 more of the stupid token things before I can awaken her book, but honestly it's not terribly important because while she may be a single target ult, she is not a primary DPS unit. It's just kind of icing on top of the cake. She is mainline support for this new Dark team, and she's very, very good at it too, which makes her a very, very good free-to-play unit. So again, they're continuing this trend where the free-to-play units, instead of being pretty bad, like the first couple metas were, they've really tailored these units to be quite useful and almost a benchmark on the meta team that they're a part of. Like, so Earth 1.0, you had Albus, who was trash. And then this Earth 2.0, you had Aaron, who, increased your HP cap and then crit resistance and then was an orb changer. Infinitely better, infinitely more useful than whatever Albus had for Earth 1.0. Let's see. Rimuru and Geld, still probably the top two free-to-play units in the game. Who else? There was Velzar, no, Misery, who is kind of doing what this Isis is, but I actually think Isis is a better option than the Misery unit, because Misery had that single target heal and then the green buff, while Isis has the green buff and a double orb change. 2 greens, which means that, Space 2.0 with Misery runs on greens, so she can fit there. She can also fit on the Light 2.0 team, because they're running on greens. They want boosted greens, so she can fit on multiple teams, and you give her that and you give her some crit and you give her some pierce, and she can actually probably hit pretty hard, like on that Light team. So we're going to take her around, we're going to show her off on her 3, what I think are primary teams, being the Dark, the Light, and the Space 2.0. So let's get started. Okay, so obviously, we have been using this team a lot. This is a very, very good team. It runs well by itself because of Isis bringing that green boost and the orb changing. Obviously, she is the weakest unit here, almost, besides Octagram Valentine. She is not going to hit very hard, but we're going to do our best to make sure that she can get at least a decent showing off all of the buffs that we can give her, and so we can try and make her the nuker on this EX2 Dark stage. So, you guys know how this team runs. I'm not going to make you sit through this entire thing. I'll show off the entire runs for the other 2 teams, but we know how this works. So, I'll see you guys when we're ready to nuke with Isis and we can see her damage potential, even with the not finished book. Actually, before we skip, we're going to show off what she can do on a 200% boosted green, just for funsies, see how much damage she does. 48. Okay, well, they guard the last one. Okay, so how much do we do here on this 200% green? 6,400. Okay, well, and we get a cheeky counter out of it, so totally worth it. I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, just ignore the turn 15. It took a while, and I didn't want to kill him, so I had ults for everybody, so I had to send 1 and 2 orbs, so it took a while to build up to 190 that I needed for, all the major buffs, but we are ready to go. Isis has the 130% ult multiplier. She's got the guaranteed crits and the 40% crit damage. She's got the dark attack by 70, magic attack by 70, and then the extra 2% from the charm. So this is as much damage as we could possibly give her. So let's see what she can do right here. And she hits 124,000, which definitely is not as impressive as Millim's 400,000, right? But, Millim is a level 100, fully boosted. She's a 480% multiplier. She's got a lot of things going on. I think we had 2 stacks of the Shinsha crit resistance down, so, not the greatest thing in the world right there. And also, he may have had resistances as well.
Are you stupid or something?
I don't actually remember, so I'd have to go back and check that. But regardless, that's her on the Dark team. We know how that works. We've been using it for the past, 2 weeks and change. So let's move on to the not Dark teams now. Alright, so here is the Light 2.0 team. I have replaced Misery with Isis. So she's going to do pretty much the same thing, but even better, because I'm not too worried about the healing on this team, which was Misery's second skill, but the double orb changing to greens will cover, both sides. We've got Shinsha is an orb changer who's also technically activating Isis's EX board, even though I don't have that done yet because it's crit damage on her and I'm not nuking with her. But regardless, it still does activate. And then we've got the single orb changes with Rimuru and Shion, and then Isis's double orb change. So we've got both spectrums covered. We got 2 oranges, we have 3 blues that can technically be converted. We've got the hero for the rewind and crits. This team, I mean, should work on paper even better than it did before with Misery. So we're going to go into the EX2 light tempered edge as soon as I get more stamina. And we're probably going to stomp it because this won't be difficult. Like, we have even more power now. And I'm pretty sure that Isis's green boost is higher than Misery's, which is just, again, just a great, fantastic thing. Alright, perfect. So we got a very, very good starting hand for Isis, so we can go ahead and use her orb change. That is giving us a stack for Shion, a stack for Shizu, a full hand of greens turn 1, which is, always what you want to see. This allows us to get Shizu active next turn, gives us a whole bunch of points to work with. So now we can continue to stack, so maybe, hopefully, we get a decent hand next turn. Maybe, well... I mean, we can make it work, right? We can definitely make it work. So we can use... let's use the green boost. Let's use the 2 orb changes. And... we can get Isis out of here. So we'll change that, we'll change that, we'll change that. We'll get Shinsha in here for Isis. Let's get... we will be 1 shy. So actually, let's get the rewind in here. Right? I want to use the rewind now? No, actually, I think we'll hold off on the rewind. It's only turn 2. We still have quite a bit of game left. And then that puts us at 95% pierce rate and 40% pierce power. We still have 1 more turn to go. Let's go ahead and use Shizu now. We'll get an entire hand of greens again. And now we've got type advantage across the board. So we'll send this, that. We have an ult for Shion. Alright. Oh, there's a guard there. And 14-8, pretty good damage. I mean, this is EX2. It's not, the hardest one, but it's still fairly difficult. And, let's see, we got 100 points. We are ready to nuke with you, but we want to keep on boosting. So, this is turn 3, so this is the turn where we have to get all of our stacks in. We're at 95%, so 1 more skill that'll give us guaranteed pierce, which we can do here. We can use this. And, let's see, what else can we use? We have 1 orb there. So we have the light boost, we have the pierce buff. We have the 10% alt boost. We technically could put the crit on and then just nuke the crap out of Shion now, which I think we might do, because, yeah, I think we're ready to go. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's put the crit on. We're not even going to use the rewind. And then we'll get another full hand of greens. So this was all set off by having a full hand of greens turn 1. Because of Isis, and then the green boost that she was giving everything, that she still is giving, 48% full gauge increase, and then we're also getting an additional 50% to secret skill because of Rimuru's pierce resistance debuff. So I'm pretty sure that you're gonna die real fast. Real fast. Actually, hold on, how much health do you have? 63? I think we can do this. I think we're going to do enough damage by ourselves where we don't need to ult her. Now, this could be a mistake, totally, but we're going to find out. I don't think it was a mistake. She's going to do like 30k here. Yeah, almost, just about 30k. See, I know what I'm doing. I play this game. Alright, so she healed back a lot of that ult damage, which is fine. It's not terribly concerning about it. We still have to pierce. We can use another one of these. We're going to wait to ult with Rimuru, so let's go ahead and get him out of here for Shinsha. And... Actually, no, let's get you in here. Let's get the green buff going again, just because. Then we'll get the rewind in, again, just because. Then we'll use Shizu again, and then this will probably actually give us another full gauge. Yeah, another full gauge, another max points. We got an ult with the hero, we've got an ult with Shion again, we have an ult with Rimuru in the back. So it's like, we're on turn 4. That's a lot of power for 4 turns, right? Okay, and she's got defense and guard, so I'm not terribly concerned with her damage. We have a rewind again, which we could then probably use Shizu again, and then we'll just get another Shizu next turn, and this will be like 3 turns in a row that we've had full protection. Yeah, look at that. And we might as well, I mean, we could. We didn't even use the attack boost on Shion. What? We just used the crit and the light buff and the pierce. We didn't even do that yet. Oh, perfect. Okay. So yeah, let's do this. This will give us a double ult with Shion. And you just see that we're just cycling full skill points, ults, full protection gauges just every turn because of the power of this buff. And it's not even fully maxed out yet. It's still missing like 2% on its buff. So, I mean, this is incredibly powerful. We can bring Rimuru in for Izis now. I mean, I guess. I mean, I kind of want to see her ult. Let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll do that. So we're going to give her crit. We're going to take the hero out of here. And then we're going to, again, because we have it, we're going to cycle the Shizu meter again. So now I'm going to ult with Izis. See how much damage she does. I mean, she's type neutral. Shinsha has defense. She has guard. It's not going to do the most damage, but I think it'll still be pretty entertaining. So we'll do that, and then we'll finish up with, everything else. But she's going to die here. There's no doubt. Izis does 16,500. That's not good. But then Shion comes in and cleans up with 86, which... Okay, 5 turns. That was a lot of cycling, a lot of full hands of anything. I mean, that... You cannot deny the usefulness that she brought to that team, and the absolute power that, being able to cycle so many protection gauges every single turn, every single rewind, is going to bring you. So I think she fits fantastically on that team, even better than what Misery did. So that's that. Let's move on to Space 2.0 now. Alright, next we're actually going to go into Water 1.0. Chloe runs on green. She changes oranges to greens, which, will help us out because both Alice and Isis change blues. And then we've got Velzard, Raphael in the back for DPS, and then Ranga is here for his pierce resistance down. Alice also has the pierce rate up and the water resistance down. So, I mean, in theory, this should also work pretty good because having that green boost will allow us to cycle a lot faster. Because we don't have a traditional orange orb changer, so hopefully we can get around that. So let's, we also don't have a Water 1.0 Tempered Edge stage, so we're going to go into EX Ifrit Conquest instead, and we'll see how this goes. He does crit, he does hurt a lot, so, and the stage is built around this team, so I don't actually know how this is going to go. But I feel like if we can get things rolling, it can work pretty well. Because then we can get a whole bunch of ults really, really quickly. Chloe's boosting our ults by 40%. So, I mean, again, on paper, this should work. Should being the key word. So, what does our first opening hand look like? Okay, well... I guess we'll start sending blues so we can... get that active, I guess. So let's get Ranga out of here. Let's get Isis out of here, because I don't want to take any unnecessary damage. So let's do those. We'll need one more blue next turn, or a decent hand. Okay, well, that's, I got the one more blue, I guess, right? Which actually isn't enough. Let's go ahead and just send these oranges, because that'll get us it, and it'll get us close to Raphael's ult. So now, okay, well that's hilarious now, isn't it? We have all these orbs for Alice, no orbs for Raphael. Alice, you need to get out of here though, because you're probably going to die next turn. So, also unfortunate. I kind of want to do this, and then we're going to boost the greens. Yeah, we're going to boost, we're going to use the orb change, and it's also 5 points less, so that's also quite nice. And then we're going to get Alice out of here for Ranga, and then we can use Chloe to change that one orange. Hopefully this allows us to cycle another Chloe Protector next turn. I actually don't know if it will. It almost does. Almost. It gives us max points, so I mean, that's something. And we take a cheeky counter, because why not? Alright. And now, I think we have a Velzard ult. No, we have a Ranga ult, but no Velzard ult. Okay, so Isis has done her job. She has done the orb change. She has started to boost the greens, so now we can get her out of here. Let's go ahead and bring in Raphael for Ranga. And then we'll bring in Alice for Isis. And then we can use Alice's orb change here. And then we can we can't cycle it, right? Okay. Okay, well this will get us triple ult. We'll be maximum points, so 140, so we can use the 2 big buffs. And I think even if Alice dies here, we're still going to be okay. I think she can take the ult, but I don't think she can take follow-up. She can't take follow-up. Okay, good. Alright, we're okay. So we have the ult boost, we're going to have the pierce, and then the defense down. So let's do that, And then the frostbite, we don't have enough to use Ranga's pierce resistance, but I still think we're going to be okay. Let's go frostbite, and that'll take care of pretty much everything in our hand. What does Raphael's skill do? It's defense and pierce rate, or pierce power? I actually don't remember. Defense down, pierce power up. Okay. So we can change those oranges to greens, not that it's going to matter. Yeah, so let's see how much Raphael does, because I actually don't see that all at all. I think we're going to kill here. I mean, both Velzard has the attack and pierce power buff. Raphael has the pierce power buff. We've lowered the defense. We've boosted the ults. We've given ourselves pierce. 43,000. Okay, yeah, he's dead. So, I mean, yeah, if they had a tempered edge stage, I'm fairly confident that this would work pretty well. It's just that, you know, Ifrit critting and ulting 4 turns in a row just really, really negates a lot of your health bar. And especially if you're type disadvantage or type neutral, or you just don't have good stats, which my Alice does not have good stats, because she's level 80. But, I mean, that worked fairly well. I think there's... Yeah, we could probably try the Earth 2.0 team. They run on greens, right? And they need an orb changer. That's what I was screaming about, you know, when the Earth meta came out. So let's try that. Alright, like I said previously, the Earth 2.0 team is, you know, it actually runs fairly well. But the thing that was missing, that I was really hoping that Clayman would do, that didn't, is an orb changer for blues. Because Aaron, being the free-to-play unit, changes oranges, which is great, because, you know, that allows us to, you know, start building up those greens. Betty Maru boosting the skill point gain of those greens is tremendous. However, if you don't have a whole bunch of oranges, or you just have a whole bunch of blues, you're not going to be getting a lot out of it. So Isis should come in here, working very well alongside Aaron. They're both free-to-play units, and orb changing both sides. And then because Betty Maru is only boosting the skill point gain, it means that, you know, gaining protection gauge, gaining ults is a little bit more difficult, you know, with this team as it was. But if Isis is going to boost everything else by 48-50%, that should make nuking a little bit easier as far as, you know, killing is concerned. So we've got this team: Valentine, Isis, Aaron, Mirren for other main DPS, and then Adelman's in the back for the poison, because I feel like that is just much more useful than Clayman's taunt. That's just me in particular. Other people may have different you know, opinions on that. But it's doing AoE damage to everybody over time, and you can apply it over and over again. The taunt and the counterattack power from Clayman is, I guess, nice, but then he's also stacking poison, of which if you don't have anyone that's going to poison, you just have a useless skill. So that's why I brought him instead of Clayman. So here we always, because they started, gearing tempered edges towards the teams, we can actually start with a full hand of greens because of Aaron, which is good. And then we can go ahead and bring in Murin for Isis, and then we have an entire team of greens right here. So we'll do that. That'll get Benimaru on hand next turn. So maybe, depending on the hand, we can orb change, reset everything, get some counterattacks in, and boost those greens if we get lucky. And we get... Okay, you can go fuck yourself, you know that? Well... That's hilarious. I'm not even going to entertain that. Hold on. Okay. Much better starting hand, alright? I'm not going to deal with no greens on the second turn. So here, what we can do is we can... let's see. So we could reset and then use the orb change here. And then bring Isis in, use the green buff, and then bring in Adelman, I think is what we're going to do. It means that we're going to be missing one unit who doesn't have a counter, and we're also going to have to take the full brunt of that ult, but I think it'll work out for the better. So let's go ahead and reset the orb change with Aaron, and then we'll go ahead and use it again. There's that. And then we'll bring Isis in for Aaron. And then we'll use her orb change, her green boost, and then we'll bring Adelman in so we have type advantage for this ult. And I don't think we can use anything else. We can lower their physical attack and start stacking poison, I guess. I mean, yeah, I guess. We're going to get all the points back off like 3 of these, right? Off 4 of them, so it's not like we're going to be missing points next turn. So let's do that. Alright. So we got another Benimaru because, the orb boost from greens on Isis is good, so we can keep cycling Benimaru now. We don't have to use him because, I'd like the counterattacks. Okay, that's kind of unfortunate right there. So there's the ult. Okay, that hurt. Next turn I'll use the heal and I'll start poisoning. So there's that. I'll use the heal. I'm going to deny his ult because I don't want to take another one of those. And then I think we're just going to sit here and maybe nuke because I think we'll be okay. So let's do that. It's not going to do the most damage, but we got to clear our hand, right? We got to make room for a full hand of greens. And this is just chip damage, 22,000. Okay, cool. You do 15-6, alright. You don't have the earth boost, you don't have the magic buff. These oranges are nerfed, so it's not going to be the greatest hand. But, okay, look at that. We're looking pretty good. We didn't get any points back last turn because those oranges and ults were nerfed. But we can definitely make points back here. So, we don't have a counterattack anymore. We do have the heal. They have the poison, so we don't have enough points to do anything. These greens are still boosted by quite a bit, so let's go ahead and send those still. Alright. And then that 91 points right there. Okay, what do I want to do here? We can... Let's see. Murin, you're not close to an ult. I kind of want to send some oranges and also deny this ult as well. So I'm going to reset these costs. And then give us counterattack again. And then I'm going to deny Velzard's ult, so I don't have to take that and deal with that either. So there's that. We will continue to stack the poison. Alright. So there's that. And then we're going to send these greens right here. We'll have points, hopefully, yeah, for one orb change next turn. Ooh, maybe not, because we probably used both of them. Maybe not. Maybe it wasn't a good idea to use all of that. Alright, counter, counter. Alright, we have another ult for Velzard. Unfortunate. These greens are no longer... Actually, they are still super boosted. Okay. I think it's more important that we get protection gauge than anything else. So actually, no. Let's send these greens. let's send the greens. Hopefully we get some extra blues next turn. Hopefully we can get protection gauge online. Perfect. Okay. That's fine. Okay, there's a counter, and another counter. We can get Valentine out of here now. It's not terribly important that she's here. So let's go ahead and bring Aaron back up front. Alright, Adelman might get an ult here. He does get an ult. We've got max points, we have max protection gauge. Perfect, so then we can bring in... Next turn we can reset the skill changes, orb changes for Aaron and Isis, and her orb boost, and do it again. Ooh. Yeah. Perfect. Absolutely perfect right here, actually. We might be able to just straight out kill... I don't know if we're going to kill him, but okay, so let's do this. Let's get... how many points do we have? We have 100 points. Okay, so let's poison again. And then we'll get you out. And then we can... Yep, we can orb change everything. After resetting, after giving us the counterattack, after boosting the greens, because we're going to be pretty low on points now. So pop, pop, pop. Yeah, we're down to 10, but we are now going to change, and now we get a 6-card send. These are all boosted. This should give us an Aaron ult. Maybe not a Mirren ult, but it is something. Yeah, okay. It also does not give us a full Benimaru either, which is unfortunate. But maybe with this we can just kill Leon alongside the poison damage. Maybe not. Maybe not. Alright, counterattack. Well, maybe with a counterattack. Hold on. And counter. And counter. And counter. And poison. Oh, okay. Well, at least we wanted to take an ult from him. So, Mirren. Only getting one orb is not really helpful, okay? You gotta... you gotta work with me, alright? So... Let's do this and then that. So this ult will kill, and then I can start working on Velzard, which shouldn't be difficult now. We're about to hit turn 10, so we're going to have enough to use the stat swap, actually. So I just need to get her ult after a super counter. Nice. Alright, I need your ult, which you're not going to give it to me. We can actually... Well, no, okay, we can get it, because we can do this. So we can do that. And this will change the entire hand. They're still super boosted, so I don't need to use that skill. I can use the heal instead, and the increase right here. So now we should get her ult. And we'll have max points, we'll have another Benimaru. So then turn 11... We can bring Valentine, we can bring Adelman back in, we could use the magic down, we could use the full power of the earth boost and stat swap, and then I think we'll be looking pretty good. Also, what is... I can't check Valentine's stats in the back, can I? Alright. Well, regardless. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Hold on. Ooh, Isis does not have any orbs, so we're not going to get an ult. Okay, well... It's more important that Valentine ults than Adelman. But I do want that earth boost, so we're going to have to stat swap her regardless. So, here's that. There's that. Oh, and now Isis has a card. So good. Alright, perfect. It all worked out. So this should be the last section of the fight. So we're going to get the magic boost and the magic debuff. And then we're going to get the stat swap, and then the full 60% earth attack boost right here. Yep, 60% right there. And now Velzard is probably going to die just from Mirren, if anything. We'll see how it goes. Mirren, yeah, 49k. So, I mean, that worked fairly well. I don't feel like I was missing anything by not using Adelman. I could have brought, Trainee instead, but we would be missing, again, on the orb changing. We would have some heals, but I didn't really need to heal. We do have the continuous heal from Mirren, which does work, but I think it's more important to continually have those 6 cards or 5-card sends of greens, get us max skill points, get us close to ults, and I think that actually ran much better than the other times I've tried to do this. And they're 2 4-star units, which takes care of that mission as well. So yeah, I think Isis was a great addition as a free-to-play unit because she brings a lot of value to a lot of different teams, and she's free, which means everyone has access to her, and she's not stuck behind, gacha hell. So let me know what your thoughts are on this new free-to-play Isis. Are you liking her as much as I do? I know a lot of people like her for, all of this personality going on. I'm definitely a fan of it. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But that's it from me, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you later.